The S&P 500 and therefore the US economy in stocks is on the highest all-time high ever. Now all the people saying about 2020, the upcoming year, that there is a big chance that there is a recession going on. Now is it really true or is it just hocus pocus? We will know by this vlog, and this is not only for beginners but also for people that are long time on stocks. I will show you today 4 indicators that are monthly and that you should follow to determine if a recession or economic slowdown is really coming. So stay tuned and let's roll.
Wolf of Dubai.
So first of all, you watched the right video, and we are talking about which 4 phases you should follow and watch very closely, because if you want to be a very good investor, you also should know about economic data. And economic data can give us a glimpse of what is coming in the future. So these are very, very important steps to follow by you every single month. So now, first of all, let's have a look on the fear of recession. After such a bull market since the financial crisis in 2007, 2008, 2009, we are basically waiting for it to crash again. Because since the financial crisis, the last crash was the dot-com bubble, which was 10 years ago. And then we think, okay, now it's really time for it to crash. But the monetary policies and the cheap money and the doping in the market is really helpful to keep on this new heights upcoming. And there are really a couple of data that you can look every single month up, and people are waiting, economists are waiting for it. It's super easy to understand in 4 simple phases. Now, before diving into that, I want to first go with you into this fear of recession, because every YouTuber is talking about it, right? And we need to know, what is a recession? A recession is, by definition, a recession is a period of declining economic performance across an entire economy, frequently measured as 2 consecutive quarters. Now you think 2 consequent quarters, well, that's a really short time to, determine it's a big word of a recession. But actually, if you think about it, it's 6 months, and considering that a recession can take somewhere between 6 months and 18 years, maybe sometimes 2 years, 6 months to define that this is a recession is pretty accurate, I would say, in my definition. So after we know it's a recession going on, it's mostly too late. The most decline during a recession is actually not during, but 6 months before. So it's very important to watch some economic data, which we will dive right into it now, to determine if it's really going down with the economy or if it's really slowing down. Because in the end, we have an economic circle that starts with a down period, then a growth period, then saturation period, and then down period again and again. So you see it's coming all around it again. So the first one is the industry. So every month, the US governments, other governments are issuing industry data. This includes, for example, how many orders the industry received, how many production they have going on, and so on and so on. So basically, to summarize it, is how busy are they and how is the forecast. So this is a monthly data that come every single month that everybody can look up. It's very public, and then you can see it's going up, it's steady, or it's going down. Now, why is this so important? Because the industry is actually the first sector that will recognize such a downturn. They are taking orders from governments, from other clients, and so on. So this producing industry is usually the first sector get hit. And now you say there's other sectors that are also very, very early indicators, and you are right, because directly after the industry sector, it's number 2. The service sector. The service sector is just right after the industry sector, because the service sector is using the industry sector to sell their products, to sell their labor, to sell all of the services that is actually doing the whole economic product and value. So you will see, or you should watch first the industry sector, then you see also the service sector. And sometimes if, for example, the industry sector has a low period and the service sector is still strong, then, you know, the recession probability is not that high, and maybe we have just a temporary downturn like we had, for example, also technically a recession in September last year when the Fed announced that they will not reduce the federal rates for loans and money, and everybody was shocked because they thought that it's slowing down slowly, and if the money is not cheap, then there cannot be investments done, and therefore everything will go down. So everybody was scared and went out of the market, and we had within 2 months from September to December about 20% decline in the stock market, in the S&P, which is also a technical definition of a recession. So both of these terms is very important for you to know, okay, this is called a recession. Now, however, we have seen that the Fed just brought cheap money to the market, and then everybody went up since we never saw this before, you know. So the next one is employment. Now, think about it very, very logically. The industry gets less orders and produce less and have less forecast and gets less orders by the government. So they spend less on their costs, which is first services and second also employment. So they will not take any for the people onto employment, and also maybe they can even fire people. So you actually see in your people around you and your friends and your family around you that, you know, there's some stories popping up. Hey, I cannot find a job. Hey, I cannot actually, I got fired, even worse, you know. So you can see this as a third indicator after this first one that, wow, there is something going on. There's really something going on. So I actually be careful and watching all the situation. And if you are thinking logically, it's a very, very logically step. So you should see the chain reaction between the industries. And then we go to number 4, which is also very important. And mostly then, if you see this as well, then mostly it's already too late, because then we may be already inside a recession, and on the way to this recession we lost already most of it. So the last one is of course the consumer. Now think about it. You actually work in the industry, so you get directly affected by it, or you work for the service industry or any other industry, and then you see that people got fired, people look for the spendings because they know, oh, is my job really safe? Should I really buy this extra iPhone? Should I really buy this extra car? And so on and so forth. So you see that the people are spending less, companies spending less, and the actually investment cycle goes down and down and down, and less people have less in the pocket, so they spending less. And this is a big sign of a really slowing down, or even almost it can happen that the recession turns into a crisis, especially when the economy is such pumped up like it is now. Then we can have it really badly. But this is the cycle, guys. We cannot do anything about it, and I'm not a supporter of crises and crashes, because you know, there are so many years and days and statements wrong until there's one crash and they are, hey, we told you so. We are telling you since 8 years, and since 8 years you are freaking losing all the gains that they are out of the market. So make sure to not trust all the crash guides and gurus, because they are wrong anyway. Nobody can time even closely this economic circuits. It's just too complicated. There's computer trading going on, there is economic factors, there is the Federal Reserve banks, and so on and so forth. Too complicated for us simple people to see if this is now the moment in the next couple of days that the crash is coming. What you always hear from these crash gurus, the crash is coming soon. Yeah, of course it's coming soon. And for me it's soon, maybe in 2 years, and for the crash guru is somewhere from 2 years to 20 years. somewhere there the crash will come. Yes, for sure, I agree with you. So, conclusion. First of all, if you like this video so far, make sure to smash that subscribe button and like this video, because I'm vlogging every single day about the stock market, about the economy, about finances, all to make you the better investor. I spend a lot of time for making these videos every single day. Now imagine I'm doing this every single day. I'm a madman in this way. So in the end, I'm very happy that you are watching, that we just crossed 1,000 subscribers, so stay tuned and thank you very much for all your support. Now, the conclusion is, watch this economic data closely, because I can tell you that if there is something going on, you should be protected. I'm not saying totally going out of the market, cash everything in, put everything, I don't know, in your mattress. Just be safe and put stop losses, maybe put the stop losses a little bit higher if you see a downturn coming up. Just make sure that you are not all in the market. Keep a good amount of cash also on the sides to buy these opportunities, because you never know if it's a strong recession and multi-months problem for our economy and maybe leads into a crash, or it's just a small dent before it's going back up. You never know, nobody knows. So that's why for example, I'm a value growth investor. So I'm valuing companies and seeing, hey, this is a good deal, and then I'm staying over years in a company because I know this company have a good growth rate as well. This is also, should be not only cheap but also good growth. So I know the company will grow when everything goes up, and then the stock goes up pretty much. So I don't know, if you like it, thumb up, and see you tomorrow, because I'm vlogging every single day.